Hello, my name is Tyler Fletcher, and in this video, as you can tell by the title, we're going to talk about I'm going to talk about it, you're going to listen. We're going to talk about, I just said it again, I'm going to talk about how to form better habits, aka reprogram your subconscious mind. First things first, we need to talk about three key words, which are energy, focus, and willpower. So number one is energy. What is energy? Long story, very short, everything. But in this case, we're talking about energy as the energy required in order to do a task. You need to have the energy, which is a conscious decision, whether or not you do, plus the diet you eat and la-di-da. But you need energy in order to take actions on said activity. Number two, focus. If you imagine a magnifying glass, this magnifying glass can either be very focused, sharp, hot, pointed, directed line of light, aka heat, whatever, and that focus will burn a hole through whatever, because it's very focused energy. But if you keep wobbling that magnifying glass around, then the energy will be scattered. So you can have focused energy or scattered energy. Focused energy gets things done, and scattered energy either gets nothing done or it gets a little tiny bit of a lot of things done. And the last of the three, willpower, which is kind of self-explanatory. You just have to care enough about yourself in order to have the willpower to do the thing. So if you don't have energy but you have a lot of willpower, you can just kind of push through. Damn, that was kind of loud. And if you have no focus but a lot of willpower, you can will yourself into focus. So yeah, those are the three important keywords. So having clarity on what it is you wish to achieve will breed mastery. Clarity breeds mastery. And that goes right back to the focus thing. If you are not clear on what you want, if you're not focused on what you want, you will not get it. If you imagine that you just take one tiny step a day, or if you are shoveling in front of you and flinging it behind you, just one little scoop a day, eventually behind you, you will have a mountain of achievements. One last thing before we get into this little list is sometimes your feelings can tell you things that your intellect cannot tell you on its own. So you have a mind in your head, and you have another mind in your chest. You can call it a gut feeling, you can call it the sixth sense, you can call it a vibe, but it exists and it's basically your second brain. So you have your mind set, which is logic, and then your heart set, which is emotion. And emotions tell you things logic alone cannot. So, how do you change your patterns? First, you need to be aware of what your patterns currently are. If your patterns right now are unhealthy patterns, unhealthy habits, a unhealthy routine, one that you are not consciously aware of or doing on purpose, and you bring awareness to this, you can see where it is that you're going wrong, where it is that you make mistakes or take actions that move you away from where you wish to be headed. So if you want to be a professional football player, for example, and you just really love cupcakes, random, for the most part, you are probably not going to be able to have both. So you have to choose. Do I want to keep the pattern of eating cupcakes for breakfast? Or do I want the pattern of going out and doing sprints and bear crawls and practicing my throw, whatever, for football? So I want to tackle this dummy thing, big old whatever bag. So yeah, you get my point. You need awareness of your current patterns. and the willpower to change them. So, number one, the first thing that you can do in order to form better habits is to change your surroundings, which can be mental surroundings or physical surroundings. Physical surroundings are sometimes harder to change depending on who you are, where you are, what money or means of traversing this land you have. If you don't have a car, you don't have whatever. If you're a 10-year-old, you can't just do what you want outside all the time and just drive or take a hike 5 miles away from home. But if you can, then sometimes you definitely should, because from experience, I know how bad it feels to sit in the same place day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out. And it can F with your mind. So that's physical surroundings. Change them if you can, because changing your external reality causes you to have different internal thoughts, which causes a different pattern to be formed. Internal surroundings are things like Netflix, YouTube, Instagram, the music you listen to, things that happen within your head, and the thoughts that you have, which can be external as well for visual things. But you become the sum of the 5 people you spend the most time around. But if you change the words 5 people to 5 things and time around to time you focus on, you become the sum of the 5 things you focus on most. Then you could change Netflix to a master class of something. You could change the songs that you listen to audiobooks instead. You get my point. You change what it is you are putting into your mind. So input creates output. Whatever goes in must come out. And yeah, so the second thing is a deliberate attitude of gratitude, which is simply making the conscious decision to focus on things that make you feel better. So if you wake up and there's dirty laundry everywhere and there's dishes in the sink, and instantly you're just like, oh, why didn't I just deal with this yesterday? And now your day is already kind of because you're focused on things you are not grateful for. You are not grateful for dirty laundry and dishes in the sink. Laundry in the sink. But if you focus instead on things that do make you feel good, before even opening your eyes sometimes, you could just continue to lay there and just think, it's another day, which could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. Hopefully it's a good thing, because that's your choice, and hopefully you'd rather be alive than not alive, which is a choice. But if you have a deliberate or purposeful attitude of gratefulness, gratitude, then it causes the universe or your subconscious mind to bring you more of those things that make you feel good. And it really does. It programs your subconscious mind to focus on things that make you feel better, and it will show you more reasons to feel better. So even that dirty laundry, technically you could shape it in a way, or think about it in a way where you are grateful for having dirty laundry on the ground, because this dirty laundry builds my willpower. I can choose right now to pick it up, put it away, or maybe it's clean but unfolded laundry, and I can pick this up, fold it, and put it away, and now I'm grateful for that, because now I have a little more strength in me than 5 minutes ago. So you could also do number 3, which is journaling, and going from gratitude into journaling, combining the two. You can write about things that you are grateful for. You can write I am affirmations, which is literally just I am this great thing, I am that great thing. And they don't have to be true right now, but you don't want them to be so false that you feel negative as you write the thing. So if you write, I am so happy that I have $1 billion, but as you write that, you're your feelings, your heart set says, you lying son of a... That's not going to work. So you have to write something that actually feels possible, plausible, something you can agree with yourself. Maybe $100,000 is more likely for you. And so instead of writing, I am so grateful for my $1 billion, you say, I am so grateful for my $100,000. And if that's easier to accept, then write that one instead. You don't have to write only good things, because writing is a physical form of getting your internal emotions out of you. It releases tension, and again, energy flows where tension goes, so just try not to write too much negative too often, because this negativity will just consume you. It'll just grow in your mind. But every once in a while, it's better to write things down that are negative, just to get it out, let it go. If you want, you could even burn the paper and say, ta-ta, motherfucker, you're not part of me anymore. I just wrote you down. You were there on the paper. I lit you on fire, and you're gone. Peace. So yeah, journaling. Write literally anything at all, and write literally anything at all. Number 4 is to wake up early, because waking up early does so many things. You can watch other YouTube videos of why you should wake up early, or I can make one if that's something you'd be interested in. Oh, nobody's even watching. Just kidding. So, waking up early, like I said, it does a lot. You build the willpower because you are choosing to wake up early. You have that freedom, that space around you where nobody else is awake, so you can actually freaking think for once. There are energies coming and going from every electronic device in this world, and just because you cannot see them does not mean they are not there. But when you wake up early, there are less of these, because people aren't sending texts and making phone calls and sending emails and watching whatever live streams that are streaming through the world. And so as you wake up early, your body is less disturbed by these frequencies. We'll just keep it at that. What else is good about waking up early? I mean, like I said, there's a lot. Pretty much any reason you could think of about waking up early is a reason why you should. The only reason why you should not is if you went to bed super late, which is not a great idea, or whatever. You get my point. Waking up early does multiple beneficial things. There's also cold showers. That's kind of the same type of willpower thing, but that's not on my list. And number 5 is doing what is important. Obviously, that means you have to have clarity in the first place. You have to have focus on what's the word, positive, beneficial, uplifting to you, what is going to bring you closer to the place you want to be in, what is going to lead you in the direction you wish to head. Throat. If you have clarity on your goals, you can focus on those goals. So again, back to the football example, if you want to be a professional football player, and you're clear on that, you can do those things every single day. You can take those tiny steps every single day, and eventually you will have that mountain of achievements behind you. One little tiny step every single day, and every single day you got a little tiny step closer. Eventually you'll get there. So better awareness leads to better choices, and better choices leads to better results. So you have more awareness, you make better choices, and the outcome is better results. And yeah, you should just always be learning. Never choose to stagnate yourself. Even when working out, you can put headphones in to listen to an audiobook, and that takes no extra time out of your day, and now you're multitasking. You're literally listening to informative audio, and you're exercising your body at the same time. Crazy, right? So if you ask yourself right now, if I died today, or if I died in 50 years from today, and I asked myself, who did I become? What is it you would want to tell yourself? And if you keep going down the same exact path you are headed right now, what is it you think you would be able to tell yourself right now without changing a thing? If you just continue down your current path, would you be proud in 50 years if you ask yourself, who did I become? What did I accomplish? Or would you be disappointed? Would you be happy? Anyway, you just have to purposely, consciously be aware and become who you were destined to be. Not that hard, but at the same time, it takes a lot of focus. It takes action. It takes willpower. It takes energy, which kind of is action. And if you're not making the decision on purpose, chances are, you might not get there. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. That's pretty much all I had to say. Wake up early, change your surroundings, write things down, feel grateful for things, and decide where you want to head. Be crystal clear. It's easier said than done. I'm still not crystal clear on where I want to go, but I have a general direction that I want to head, and over time, I will build those steps behind me, and eventually it'll become clearer and clearer, and I will know exactly what it is I want, and exactly where it is I am in relation to that place, and exactly what the steps are I could take right now, today, in order to take one step closer to getting there. So yeah, that's enough out of me. You know those things people say at the end of YouTube videos? You should do those things, like the like, subscribe, and comment, and the little bell icon, and sharing, yeah, those things. You should do that. It'd make me feel very nice. Thanks. Ta-ta.